South Africa and the United States have many conversations to be had around trade, around other tourism, around other kinds of things, the G20 that's coming up later this year. This will be an issue. This will make it more difficult to negotiate in good faith, to be sure. But this is part of Donald Trump's game plan of putting his opponents, which is the rest of the world, on the back foot. And I think South Africa shouldn't take the bait. South Africa knows what it's doing. It has its issues, of course, but it needs to come into these negotiations strong. We do need the assistance from PEPFAR, from other programs for our HIV programs, but South Africa needs to negotiate not from a position of weakness.
So what happens now? Should South Africa actually be fighting this displacement of Afrikaners, of white Afrikaners, to the United States? Or should they allow it and ultimately let it be? Or should we just be fighting the word refugee status? Because, of course, in the world of politics, in the world of general economic stances as well of any country, it matters what people think as well.
And I think what people think about this is that it's absurd. People in South Africa think it's ridiculous. Even many of the Afrikaners, we've heard interviews, they know they're not being persecuted, but they accept that this is an opportunity to go to the US, to have their children educated there, etc., and they're grabbing that opportunity. There are those white South Africans, of course, who believe that they're being persecuted, and they're entitled to that belief, however fictitious it might be. But this is not a war that in this day and age we can win. Misinformation is the norm. Most Americans know that South Africa is a peaceful country, relatively peaceful country that doesn't persecute any particular group. And I think that the people who want to know that already know it. And there's not a whole lot to be gained by trying to take on Donald Trump in his own sort of sandbox where whatever he says is the word of God.